thing is the new record, the sounds are so, they're a little bit psychedelic. The guitars are more atmospheric. It's a big old earthy bottom, and so visually I sort of up the ante to manifest what the music means to me. And so I got to show you this piece. I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense to me. This, my stylist, she's awesome, because most people it's like, oh, a stylist, like what the is that, helping me put out outfits together? No, it's a visionary, an artist. The live show is heightened. It's a heightened sense of reality, and it's a blend of fantasy. It's a bit blend of all that you are, all that you wish you were, and a little bit of like communing with the gods. And so in my world, that has to do with feathers and a little bit of dazzle. Because I'm inspired by a little pixie who lives in the jungle. And that's sort of the through line of the record. Believe it or not, with this whole new incarnation of just my solo sound or whatever it is that I started writing songs from their roots, which just really focusing on melody and the notes. So half the record I played on piano, and then I wrote with my good friend Chris Watson, who's in my band now. And we made these demos. I showed them, I presented them to Omar, and he could have laughed in my face and said, but he didn't. He felt what it was in the songs that I was feeling. I talk emotionally, so I'll say like, oh, this song I picture like little twinkling fairy lights, and he'll create a sound that exactly makes me visualize that. He was just interpreting musically what the songs were. Like in a song like Romeo, his guitar to me sounded like underwater. It sounded like the moonlight ricocheting off the water, and that accentuated the lyric, because there's a lyric. That's where the story takes place, near water and the moon. And now I feel I look ridiculous. This is for stage. In my real life, you know, I'm just the hat. Really, this is essential to hide dirty hair from last night's show. Here's the thing with Omar. When my band, The Licks, broke up like 2 years ago, we had been touring. My main collaborator and songwriter, who was with me the whole time, Todd Morris, he left. So the band essentially was over. But at that time, I was already thinking I wanted to be weirder. I just wanted to be more honest and get deeper. And so that meant a change of sound, and it also meant the way I approached songs was different. And that was key, writing on piano, because I hadn't touched a piano since I was 9. And it was a really vulnerable process starting this new record all by myself, on my own, because I really didn't know my future. But the thing is, like acting and in music, for me it is a journey, and it's about getting deeper, and it's about getting more exposing and challenging myself. And so that's why it's called Terra Incognita, which means unexplored territory. Omar I had met at a music festival, and I was totally intimidated by him. I thought he would not want to have anything to do with me, but I found in him a real partner and someone who speaks a similar language musically, because he sees sounds visually and emotionally as well. So songs like Hard Loving Woman, Suicide Dive Bombers, these are the closest to my heart. They were sitting there needing to be written for years, and it took Chris, my friend, he played a riff, he showed me a riff, and then that untapped this whole lyrical and melodic spill, and it really was that song's really a love letter to all these audiences who showed up all over the world. And but it was a feeling. It's funny because a lot of songs on the record are juxtaposed. There are a lot of contradictions and this duality that I think all human beings have. But it's about disillusionment and ultimately hope. Hard Loving Woman. Oh, that's our blues song.
Yes.
And that song, because on the record, what's awesome about Omar is we recorded some songs all in one take. And he knew to do that, and I wanted to do that to preserve performance. And live, though, Hard Loving Woman is always the turning point at every show, like where the audience is like, holy I I know people came to know me through film because I got successful very young making movies. That's fine. I mean, I didn't start a band as a teenager. I made movies. And then later, though, I was really missing something. My heart was just aching. And the hunger and the need to write songs and to perform live was only growing as I was getting older. And I thought, you better start now or you're going to look back in a world of regret. So when I started making music, it wasn't just to play a show on the weekend, like, ooh, wouldn't this be fun? No, it was to embark on a real journey as a songwriter and to get deep